Welcome back to Viking football with head coach Bruce Barnum. The Vikings getting ready to open Big Sky Conference play this Saturday at home. Portland State takes on Montana State at Hillsborough Stadium in a 2 p.m. game. You can also see that game on ESPN+. We're going to talk about the Bobcats in just a moment. I am happy to report Coach Barnum was here. Coach, I heard rumors you might have had to sell your car in order to pay for all those beers you gave away last weekend at Hillsborough Stadium.
All right, Mike, next question. No, everybody I talked to after the game, I had one of the brass come running up right away, and everybody had a great time. No lines. Everybody had a few pops, you know. Thought it would be more of a Shawshank on the roof, but it turned into a little bit of a mini Woodstock, which is fine. My hope is a piece of those that were there come back and watch the Vikes again.
Well, there were a lot of code words in there, but that was just basically saying everybody had a good time. A little over 2,000 beers given away at the stadium as the Vikings came away with a 21-7 victory over Western Oregon. Coach, let's talk about the game real quick. I know you were kind of tinkering around with the offense a little bit there in the first half, and as a result, just a 7-0 lead. People probably thought you might get a little bit bigger lead by halftime, but the key was with some good defensive play, you were in control the entire game.
We were. Defense played lights out for the majority of the game, Mike. Yeah, we tried some, we were doing some things early in that game, just mess around. But Arn had their defense ready, and none of it worked. So we got back on track a little bit. That second half, had a good third quarter. I think we scored some points. That was when we scored that 14, and it came out of a victory. I don't care how you play. As long as you win, it's great for the program.
All right, and as we mentioned that defense, 10 tackles for loss, 4 sacks. Didn't get any turnovers this week, got a bunch in the first 2 games. 6 pass breakups, though, and I know defensively what you want to see is big plays. And the Big Sky Conference teams are going to move the football. They're going to score points, but you want to make big plays, turnovers, things that stop drives.
Turnovers, field position, Mike, that's what's going to win in the Big Sky. Everybody's great at something, Everybody has these guys or those guys, but there is parity in the league. Our opponent this week, of that parity, they're at the top of it. So it's going to be a challenge as we start to talk about the Bobcats, but, clean some things up here and we'll be ready to go.
All right, as we look ahead to Montana State, they are ranked 12th in the nation. The last time they played a season of football was 2019, and I believe they got all the way to the FCS semifinals, had a great year going 11-4. One thing has changed since then, a change in leadership, new head coach, Brent Vegan, and the one thing that hasn't changed is the way they play. They play really good defense, Coach. They control the ball well, and they generally are mistake-free, and it looks like that's the case again this year.
That's what you see on film now. There's no trickery to it, Mike. It's a tough group. They're disciplined. They're where they're supposed to be on defense. They run to the football. Offensively, their system is run by athletes, so they're playing well. I don't know exactly what I've seen all their games. I think they had Wyoming. They played tight. I think Wyoming had to win it in the end, and then they played a couple at home, and it's a strong football team.
And as you take a look at the scores, they nearly beat Wyoming, losing there by 3 points. They played 2 FCS teams the past 2 weeks and won by a combined score of 97-7. So this is really a quality team coming in. And I know as a guy who puts together the offense, one guy you're looking at, he was a quarterback last time we played him. He's a linebacker right now, Troy Anderson. I know you have to kind of plan around him a little bit, and extremely good talent there.
You do. 15 in your program. Troy did. Troy showed up here last 2 seasons, or last 2 times we played them, and beat us. Now I have to make sure he doesn't beat us on defense. They're going to come out, and after where we're at so far, I'm sure they're going to come out and throw every blitz in America at us, and he'll be back there doing it. But he's a hell of a football player. Player of the year, I believe, in 19 or one of those years, or co-player of the year. But all across their defense, they're strong. You can't find any weaknesses in the Bobcat defense.
And a team that's only given up a total of, if I do quick math here, 26 points in 3 total games, Coach. So you mentioned blitzing, and the protection of your quarterback is vital. I know you feel like you've upgraded that offensive line this year. How important will that be this Saturday?
It's critical. I talked to him today before practice, Mike, before we got started. You know, right now I like the talent we have on the offensive line, but they have to start playing as one. Right now we've got, a rogue here and a rogue here and a miss here and making the same mistake. But, we talked about it. I know Montana State, your film tells you what you're going to see from your next opponent, and I guarantee all those beers that they're going to come out probably and try to get to Davis because of the film we put out so far. But that's what we're working on, and let's see what happens on Saturday.
All right, protecting the quarterback is critical. Any other real important keys that you're trying to get the team to focus on this week?
Turnovers again. I want to win the turnover battle, Mike, every game. You hear me say that, but it's so critical. We lost the turnover battle last week. Davis, we had that stutters and short-armed it a little bit. Instead of points, we had a turnover, and then we didn't get any. So I want to win that battle. Field position, I don't think we've been great at that so far. I want to win that battle. Then the rest will come. Those two, I think, are the keys to anything we do. And this week, obviously, we talked about it, protect the quarterback and tackle, because they're a talented group. They're similar pretty much on offense. Their RPO, the power of their quarterback. They want to run the football. I think about 65 run, So tackle, turnovers, and get Seth going when we do have to punt and try to change the field.
Well, there you have it. The Vikings once again getting ready for the opening of Big Sky Conference play this Saturday against Montana State at Hillsborough Stadium. Get your tickets. It's a 2 p.m. start, and you can also watch it on ESPN+. For all your information on Vikings football, go to GoVikes.com.